Hey, it's Jegant Drago here, and I'm the Buddha diver, finding the middle path to all things that's divided. Whatever. So this mech thing is pretty crazy. I wanted to make this video a little bit sooner, but you know, time is just never on my side. And now that the war bond is out, people are certainly not too pleased about it, along with some of the patch notes and now updated to that revert designs. But we are here to talk about the mechs, and where I find this discussion of the mech should have been free or customizable mechs, and I just see there's a certain middle ground where both could be happy, or at least the majority of people could be happy. Of course, not everybody can be happy. In this premise, we are gonna be talking about how most people desire at least the customizable mechs. Different modders and people who break the game can already do that, so it's not even a question if it's even possible. It is possible, it's just that Arrowhead refuses to do it. It's also to debunk one of their excuses in a podcast interview that they did, where they say that they would need to remove the current mechs if they were to create a customizable mech mod, which seems like a ridiculous excuse. So we will be going through that, and then I will be showing you the possibilities visually of what we're missing out if there were customizable mechs right now. Now, to please Arrowhead and to be on their side just a little bit, I'm not saying that the current mechs in the war bond should be free. The war bond could still sell the mech arms and weapons as part of the war bond. They could sell that as individual arms, and then in return Arrowhead gives us customizable mech arms, and for us to be able to create our own combinations. So here I created a simple illustration graph that even if we don't buy the war bond, we will be getting at least 4 extra mech combinations. And so using the 3 different arms from the mechs that we currently have, the Patriot exosuit that has the minigun, the 70mm missiles, and then the mech number 2, Emancipator, that has the autocannon. And so the combinations we have is minigun plus autocannon, missile plus autocannon, and then we can even go double minigun or double missiles. And from that, even as a player who will not or does not buy the war bond, you get to participate in having more mechs by getting at least 4 new combinations. Whether the combinations are good or not is not part of the discussion at this point. It's more about the variety and being able to try different things. Now, a different concern that I think about when it comes to sort of the menu UI design is that people will not be able to customize their mechs when they're inside the hell pod before the mission launch. This will have to be done similar to how you customize your primary weapons. So here you would be in the, let's say, a menu system inside the ship, and you pull out the mechs, and then you choose between the left arm and the right arm. And this illustration is credited to the YouTube channel First Colonial Regiment, and they have a couple of very cool videos and 3D presentation of their own mech arm combination designs and unique weapons. Though at least for me, in this video, we're not going to go through unique weapons yet, since we already have quite a lot to work with right now in that we have in the state of the game. So here we are in the main menu, and you pick between the left and right arms, and then you save it as a preset. The third mech, the Patriot exosuit and the Emancipator mechs would not change. Those will be the default mechs that you get at level 20, or was it 25, in the game. And then when you reach, let's say, a higher level, maybe level 25, level 30, you level up a little bit more, then you get this third mech as the baseline mech for customization. Then you can add and mix around the 3 weapons, minigun, missile, and autocannon, to create the 4 extra mech combinations, and that will be saved as the third mech slot with its own stratagem combination. And that would be for the third customizable slot. Now here's the thing, people keep talking about wanting to use samples, so just for a little bit of samples, since we all have a bunch, those would be sold as the second slot for the customization. So the first slot, let's say I want to go for missiles plus autocannon, so that would be my third slot. And then okay, I like that slot. Now I don't want to go into the menu system and switch out my mech arms all the time. Let me use my samples and buy the 4th slot, and then I create another mech combination. So without even needing to buy the war bond, I'm spending samples to buy at least 3 more slots, because the first customizable slot is free. So you're using samples to buy 3 more slots for the other 3 possible combination. Now let's take a look again for when you actually buy the mech war bond. You're getting 4 extra arms, which are, this is from the Wikipedia, so I'm not sure if these are actual names. It sounds so weird. The P projectile gun, shield bash, and then the lumberer flamethrower, and then the anti-tank cannon. And then just from that, we went from 3 arms upwards to 7 arms, 7 total weapons. And then with all of the possible combinations, good or bad, that's up to the players to have fun and experiment, we have a total of 28 mech combinations. And also, well, it would sound a little crazy to get all 28 customizable slots. And that's just what we're missing as players here, where Arrowhead decided to just screw us over, basically, to just lock us in with 2 new mechs and call it new content, when there's just all of these possible combinations of content for us to play around. And the worst part is if they add, let's say, the arc lightning gun and then the laser gun, and that would be 1 extra mech, instead of us being able to experiment whether we want the arc gun arm to go with the shield arm instead, or any other combination. And this is just a possibility that we're missing out on, that there's like so many other interesting combinations. Someone was talking about the shield plus flamethrower, because the flamethrower is a close range weapon, and so you want the shield to be able to protect yourself from enemies, so that you can either get close or to block enemies' attack when they try to attack you, and then you shoot fire back at them. So many combinations, and that's just the very, very sad state that we find ourselves in, and that Arrowhead just refused to give us the customization abilities. And my pitch here is that they don't need to give it for free. The mech arms can still be sold in the war bonds. The system of customization would already be a ton of new gameplay possibilities and combinations already, with even for people who buy just the game and does not buy the war bond. And it's a telltale sign of what might happen in the future with the FRV RV vehicle as well. If that one might not have any customization as well, they're just gonna sell us another RV in a war bond, and then we couldn't customize the kind of gun that would be on top of it, though it's just one gun. There's gonna be less, there's no real customization of combinations over there. It's just switching out. But just to give some credit to the RV, there's already the stratagem that is the Grenader battlement, something that no one ever uses. It's the stratagem that gives you the wall plus a grenade launcher. That grenade launcher I think has around 60 grenade bullets as ammo, and putting that on top of the RV would be a very interesting starting point as far as customization goes, something that's already built into the game, and then you can customize it some more to add the possible laser weapons and other like heat-seeking missiles similar to a wasp like weapon, etc, etc. And so that's for the RV. And then small shout out to the tank. My personal desire is that the driver could and should have a little bit more attacking abilities, and so I wanted to see it have the armored resupply pod, the small liberator machine gun turret that pops up on the supply pod, that kind of booster from the booster. Just a small machine gun weapon so that the driver could use to shoot enemies and protect himself. And lastly, back to the mechs. As always, my longest desire is that you can use the supply pack to resupply the ammo inside the mech. People talk about wanting more HP. I totally get that. For me, I just want to shoot more. And if I shoot more and kill my enemies faster than they can kill me, and I don't have to worry about ammo because I know I can resupply it, I get rewarded by resupplying my mech because I keep it alive. That's my personal preference, to be able to resupply my mech with ammo using the resupply pack. And then last from that is that the drone backpacks should be able to fly and shoot with you while you're inside the mech. Okay, and this video has gone long enough. Hopefully I convince you at least that we missed a very big potential for mech customization, and that there's so many more possible combinations now that we have 2 new mechs. And dude, let me know down below, what is your personal mech combination that you would want to be able to do? I'm sure people who have hacked the game already have done it and are having a lot of fun. With that said, till we meet again.